So today's video will be about how to have an effective preseason. Now, I know right now it's currently not preseason. We're currently going into, the final sort of third of your season. But however, eventually the season's gonna end, and you're gonna need an effective preseason routine to get you ready, to get you firing for the next season. It doesn't matter if you've had a good season, a bad season, you've had your best season of your football journey, the worst season of your football journey. It doesn't really matter. You just always have to have that mentality of like, okay, cool, the next season, have to constantly prove myself, prove myself, constantly, whatever I did last season, do even better the next season, and then the next season. So literally today's video will be a guide on how to have an effective preseason, how to get you ready, how to get you sharp for the next season coming up. Even if right now, like I said, it is, we are only in the final third of the season. Right now it's March, so I'm saying preseason's probably not until like June. So yeah, but you still need an effective preseason routine to get you firing for next season, because like I said, doesn't matter what happened this season, you have to put that all to bed and just focus on the next season coming up. Just focus on what's coming up ahead. So I think the first point for me is literally you have to condition like crazy. Literally, as long as you're fit, as long as your football fitness is there, I think you'll be good. That's the foundation in my opinion, because the technicals, we can get the technicals, it's very easy to get the technicals back, get your body firing, get your first touch good, get your weight of pass, get your weight of pass right. I feel like that's pretty easy. You can probably get that after maybe 3 days of training, and then you're just back, you're sharp. 3 days of training, you're back and you're sharp. However, the fitness is where it just gets peaked. The fitness is where it's like, oh my days, you feel like you have to work so hard to get your fitness back up. This is why I feel like, especially when you end your season and you're taking a break, whether you're taking a break for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you shouldn't go too crazy. Even if you might go on holiday with your family or something, you shouldn't go too crazy with the junk food. You shouldn't go too crazy with the alcohol, because to get back to match sharpness, to get back to where you are, especially fitness wise, it's just gonna feel so long. You're gonna be outside in the heat having to run, get your fitness back up, or you're in the gym on that treadmill, and it's just not a fun experience. Especially, and if you don't do this as well, once you go back to preseason, what football coaches are on when it comes to preseason. You go back first day, so a lot of coaches, there's no footballs, or even if there are footballs, they'll literally let you warm up with the footballs for like 10-15 minutes, and then it's just straight fitness, straight running. And if you're not fit for that, trust me, if you're not match fit, you're gonna be absolutely finished. So in my opinion, just make sure that your condition is good. Make sure you're doing your sprints, your 60 yards, 80 yard, 100 yard sprints, or whatever distance sprints you want to do. It's up to you. You can vary it up, but make sure you're doing your sprints. Your shuttle runs. You can do the bleep test if you want as well. Just make sure that your condition like crazy, because like I said, I feel like with fitness, it's kind of hard to get that fitness back up to where it is. However, with the technicals, if you take like a week break off of football, for example, it's probably only gonna get, you probably only need about 2 days to really get your first touch back into motion, get your sharpness back, get your turns in, your shooting, everything's gonna feel crisp probably after like 2 days. Even if you take like 2 or 3 weeks off, you probably only need about 4 to 5 days to really get that feel of the ball. That's the phrase I was looking for. Really get that feel of the ball going again. I feel like that's easy. You just do a couple drills, find a couple people to train with, and then your feel for the ball is back. Whether it's dribbling, shooting, passing, you understand. I feel like with fitness, it takes way longer, you understand. I feel like with fitness it takes way longer, and plus the process is way harder as well. With your technicals, it's sort of like you've got the ball at your feet, you're having fun, you're playing football, you're doing what you enjoy, you understand. But with the fitness, with the long runs, the sprints, the bleep test, it's like, oh my days, you just feel like you're just suffering. Especially, like I said, especially if you've gone crazy over the summer. It's all crazy on however long you took. It's kind of like, oh bro, the process to build your fitness back up to where it was at the end of at the end of the previous season, it just feels so long. Whereas the technical sort of feels fun. It sort of feels you know, it feels enjoyable to, you know, get your sharpness back. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you're practicing your shooting. Maybe the first day you come back, your shooting's a bit off, but then by day 3, you're hitting everything in the corners. Like that part is actually fun. You know, like your passing, your first touch, the dribbling. That part is fun, but the fitness part is not fun. So just stay on top. Just stay on top of your fitness. Don't allow yourself to, you know, get to the point where it's like you take 3 weeks off, you do absolutely nothing, you eat junk food, you drink. Don't, like I said, don't go too crazy. You understand? You know, you can have a day here, you know what I'm saying, a day here where you're not really doing anything, but just keep it under control, because you don't want that you don't want to have to be playing catch up, because it's not going to be enjoyable. It's doable, but it's not enjoyable, you understand? And then especially, please at least be in shape once you go back to, you know, your preseason training, because like I said, them first few sessions back, your coach is going to absolutely kill you with that fitness. So literally the first point, just make sure the baseline is your conditioning. Your conditioning is good, you understand? The next point I would say for your preseason is just try to find high level players to play with, you understand? Try to find high level players to, you know, train with, to go to ball sessions with, you know. In the UK especially, there's always them summer tournaments where you know, you go with your 5-a-side team or you go with your 7-a-side team. Like there's always different sort of tournaments around there, and just go and test yourself, you understand? Like during these months, you know, during from like May all the way to up to like August, the sun's out, you know what I'm saying, the sun's out, everybody's out, you're going to be outside anyway, so you might as well, you know what I'm saying, you might as well just find people. Obviously when you go to these tournaments, when you go to these ball sessions, maybe you've got a few friends who know other people as well. Obviously there's chances there to make connections. Maybe they play at a higher level, maybe they could sort of, you know, put you on, because in football it's a lot about who you know as well as what you know, you understand? So maybe you make a few connections, you play with high level players, and just ultimately test yourself. Because especially I've had it myself where it's like when it's summertime and you know the weather's nice, everyone, like I said, everyone's outside anyway, and you go out, play against high level players, you test yourself, you go into the season and you're just feeling sharp, you're just feeling ready, you understand? Like you're just consistent every single day, you know. You've played against high level players, especially if they're quite levels above you, it's only going to make you better, you understand? You go to tournaments in different areas. Like I remember there's been summers where I'm from East London, I've gone to tournaments in, you know, North London, South London, multiple areas in East London as well. You just go to tournaments and it's like, yo, it's a vibe, because, you know, like I said, the weather's nice, you go out there to play football, it's competitive, you understand, and it's only going to improve your game. So literally, if it's summertime, yo, everyone's going to be outside anyway. Don't be inside, you know what I'm saying, don't be inside just thinking that, oh, I have to go out there and I have to do, you know, individual training only, because individual training is nice, but the best way to improve is to play with high level players. So don't think of it as like don't stay inside and think of it as preseason, I have to go out there by myself 2 hours every single day, it's going to be a grind, it's too hot outside, I can't be asked. Nah, just make it fun. Call people up to play football with you. Now when I say call people up, I don't mean, you know, you call up your friends who aren't really taking football seriously, and you just go down to the Astro, you go down to the park and you just shoot at the big 11-a-side goals, or you just do kick-ups the whole time. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, you know, you find some serious players, you find some tournaments, or you sign up for some tournaments, you find some serious players to go to the 5-a-side, to the 7-a-side tournaments, and you play there. Just make sure at least try and find one at least, you know, once a week, or try to find a group of people where you can play with in the summer twice a week. Because like I said, it's hot outside in most parts of the world during that May to August time. That's summer. That's where it's hot outside. Everybody wants to be outside. Everyone's more willing to go outside in these months anyway. So you might as well take that advantage. You know, find high level players to play with. Maybe your friends know some high level players, and just take that opportunity. Go to tournaments, go to different areas, travel a few hours to go play football in different areas. You don't know what type of connections you'll see, you don't know what type of people you'll meet, you understand? So that's the second point. Literally, don't be that weird guy inside in summer. Literally just go outside, find high level players to play with, to train with, play matches in tournaments, and trust me, overall you're having fun and you're improving your game, getting ready for your season at the same time. So ultimately it's a win-win. Last thing I want to say is implement balance as well, because the thing is, it's all well and good to, you know, be training hard. I want you guys to, you know, be training hard, just making sure you're ready for the season. But ultimately, I don't want you guys to burn out. I don't want you to go back to your preseason training and it's like you're suffering burnout, and it's almost like you've done all that work but you've overdone it. So now you go back and it's sort of like you just can't be asked anymore. That's sort of what burnout is. Burnout is where it's like you just don't feel like playing football. You're just in a rut. You just really don't want to play. And obviously, at that time of the year, you don't want that to be happening. You want to go back to pre-season where you're the most enthusiastic. You understand? It's a new season. It's new expectations. It's a new hope. New players. Yeah, new players coming in. So that means new competition for you. You have to fight for your place, and that's where you want to be the most motivated. The most motivated. You understand? Like, you don't want to come in burnt out, depressed. Obviously, you never want that to happen. But if that was to happen, you want them to happen in, you know, the winter months. You understand? When it's that pre-season time to, you know, establish your place in the team. Yeah, establish your place in the team. It's like, yo, you need to be at your most motivated. You understand? Because like I said, the different factors. New players, new season, the competition coming in. So obviously, I'll just say implement balance as well. You can, if you want to play every day, cool, but you don't have to go 100% every day. You understand? Maybe you go 100% 4 times a week, and then the other 3 days you're just working on specifics, just working on your touch. Maybe just go out there, work on a few things. Then you can just say, yo, I'm just gonna go to the AstroTurf today. Maybe half an hour, just warm up. You know what I'm saying? Warm up. Maybe work a little bit on my crossing, and then half an hour I just want to work on some free kicks. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of footballers love to work on their free kicks. This is just half an hour of just going out there, just working on your free kicks. You understand? You can have days like that. It's just about the consistent effort. You understand? If you're at that park at that Astro every single day, it's just about the consistent efforts. It'll compound over that period of time. You understand? Because at the end of the day, other people will be, you know what I'm saying, other people will be taking breaks, you know what I'm saying, drinking, eating junk food, like I said. But even if you're taking it easy, it's all good. Even if you want to have days where you don't go to the AstroTurf as well, that's completely fine. As long as the majority of the time you're on your grind, you understand, you're focused and you're dedicated. You can even have days where, you know what I'm saying, you can eat that junk food, you can go out and you can have a night where you go out and drink, you know what I'm saying, but just don't make that a regular occurrence, you understand? Because I know in summertime it's like a disease. Everyone wants to go out and drink, everyone wants to go out, have fun, everyone wants to go link girls, you understand? Like, I get, you know, in the UK, you know what I'm saying, everyone wants to go carny. So yo, I get it is what it is, but just make sure it doesn't become a regular occurrence to the point where it's harming your game, and it's harming your performance, and it's harming your chances of, you know, having a good season coming up. But that's what I've got to say for this vid. Hope you enjoyed. I've been JT, and I'm out.